right? So we're just gonna have to kind of lift it. Get it off there.
I'm gonna...
Come on over. And we're just gonna go ahead and start pulling. Yeah, just like that. Start turning a little. There you go. Yep, keep going. Okay, got it. Give it a little pull. One more. Okay, so the platen's right about there. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're gonna do this. Now just start walking it in. Okay, now you saw how quickly that went?
Yeah.
There's a reason that we try to feather things, because you can get it from doing it that fast. At this point it's gone, right?
Bad.
No, it's what you see is what you get.
Right.
You can just leave that.
So, I mean, it's got...
Now the one area of weakness. So if you guys want to see this, so see where the seam is here? Okay. You see there's one right over here? Okay. That would be a weak spot in the socket. So how you would eliminate that is, see how it only does that up to a certain point? You could put a spacer underneath that. We could use a piece of foam to raise it, say 2 or 3 inches. And then what that would do is, when it wanted to creep together, because this platen, I would use a smaller platen, right? The question for them is, are they going to be changing those all the time? Or are they going to be basically using a universal? My guess is, to start with, probably just one. You could technically go right to the pipe and then pull it down. The problem is, like we said, you can get more of these little webbings. We've taken what was 6 inches, right? And let's hold it a little bit. So we're a little closer to, say, 11.5, 12 inches. Okay. So what that's going to do now is we'll put that same frame on top of it, and now we'll be able to create that blister that we're describing. And then when we come, we can either do what we did, which is reverse blister it, or we'll flip it.
What's the advantage to you?
You let the material, it's already drawing, instead of making it turn the other direction. The basic idea is you've got your trim line, right? So rather than them taking and cutting along a seam that's been folded, they would just take and go along this. They would take their casts off. And you see how much cleaner that's going to be? So now the only thing that we would do, we'd have a problem with on this one, is we would grind from the outside in until that was flush. And that would be, in effect, what they do on every one.
Right.
Right? So is, when they cut this plastic, I was pretty lazy on this one, but you don't want to leave a ton of extra, right? I mean, even a 1/2 inch extra plastic deforms and comes around it, so it won't pull off. If it's the exact dimension, then I can just take this and it'll pull apart. Problem is, this one is now stuck, right? So you just want to, the more exact the cut is, to the frame itself, the easier it will be for them to remove it, and they just spend less time.
You said you treat the bars with silicone though, right?
Yeah, I just use, it's right over there in that yellow can.
Okay.
That's just a shop grade silicone. Okay. They make a little more aerosol version. I'm just going to reposition the bricks. You'll want the gloves on. Bricks are oven temp.
You want me to reposition?
Yep. I don't want to get close to those fumes.
Yeah. I got it, don't worry.
So, that's that should be alright.
Good guess.
Bring this one out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you see that basically it's just gonna.
Bye.
So that's a blister mold. So technically that's what you're gonna want for a blister mold, right? You need a little bit of drop height.
It's about 5 inches. I think it is, right? You said halfway.
Yeah. Ready? So what we do here is you flip it. So how we did that. You can see how it starts to want to torque a little bit. Okay. Go ahead and just a second there. Okay. Start drawing it in. So see how it came off the frame? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and give me some vacuum. That big one. Yep. Look at that. So we use the inner one, right? Go ahead. Yep. Just keep it going. You got it. It's fine. And there was no seal, which is okay. On this one, it doesn't matter. That's the thing. On this, because of the general shape, if they ran like a piece of foam and a tape around it, you would then have a surface to seal it to. Just the difference, you know, that's probably 13 and a half, right? So the difference would be, you know, a significant amount of plastic. Just, I mean, that doesn't look like it's too big for that BK, does it?
Right.
Right? You don't want to fit that over there, see how much space there is?
A lot of excess.
So on this one, you know, we're a little closer, and even that one had a little extra, right?
So I mean, they'll make multiple sets of those frames.
So then I'll just come back here, and I'll just trim, I'll just cut that off like that, right? The trim lines are. Something like that.
And what are you cutting it with?
There's a little, if they were cast off, like vice grip, and run that, they could run that seam a little cleaner. What you need, Dave?
I'm just looking for a seam.